360.
Making a turn, and then he wants to double here.
Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm doing something a little new. We're gonna start a little run review series, so I'm pretty excited for this. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, and the goal of this series is to kind of take you a little bit more in-depth behind the scenes of like how I'm feeling, my mindset, and my strength and everything going into these competition runs. So yeah, I wanted to start with Bec de Ross because I feel like that's the biggest achievement I've had in my career, is winning that sacred event. So yeah, let's get into it. And okay, so we are in the Bec, we're in the start gate. We had just hiked about, say, 45 minutes from the tram, and this thing was honestly, the hike got me more nervous than the competition. And yeah, we finally got up there, sweating. It's a little tough hike, some ropes that you had to hold on to over some pretty gnarly exposure. And we made it up. I was pretty thankful for that. And yeah, then the kind of clouds start to come in. The venue was super flat light, and majority of the field had already went, and the last like 10 people were still up there waiting to go when there was a weather hold. We were on hold for about 30 minutes. And yeah, I was pretty nervous. I think a lot of people were nervous, and honestly what I did, I was still a little tired from the hike, so I took a little nap on the start gate, just kind of trying to get myself as comfortable as possible up there. And yeah, I actually had like a solid 10-minute nap in the start gate, and when I woke up, I felt a lot better, and it was go time, and the clouds start to part slightly, but it was still pretty flat light. So yeah, then there was me to go, and everybody had just laced down some solid runs. I was second last to drop because yeah, they went in overall ranking, and Max Hitzig was ahead of me. I was second going into this competition, so I know I had to put a heater on if I wanted to make it onto or attempt to get onto the overall. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but I was able to put a heater down on nonetheless. So let's get into it. We're dropping in. We got absolutely steep venue ahead of us here, and yeah, this is honestly the most nerve-wracking part for me, was making sure I was in the right spot. And here, this is the start of it. This was where I was at. I made it in the right trajectory, and yeah, as you can see, that is pretty terrifying to look down. This next section right here is by far the scariest part. I was like, don't catch right there, and luckily I didn't, or else you're going for an absolutely massive tumble. So yeah, now we're into it, we're in the thick of it, and just going down, hoping and praying you don't crash. And there's a bit of slough going through. I had to really slow down so I didn't get dragged down. Slough management is a huge part of the Bec, and luckily I had enough knowledge to slow up before that slough, so it didn't take me out and make me go for a massive tumble. And out here, it's honestly super hard to see where everything's at, so you really need to have your visualization on point. And luckily I found my landmarks and popped into above the Hollywood. And I actually didn't hit the Hollywood. I transferred over here to the Jules Verard cliff. Not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, went for a little 3. Legs were already pumping, poles flapping in the air, and I still had my biggest feature of the run to come. And yeah, I was honestly stressing pretty hard. Even before that 360 there, my legs were like, they were burning. The mix of the elevation, the hike before, and nerves and everything, it really had my legs pumping, and I was slightly nervous that I wasn't gonna be able to make this run come to life. So this was kind of where I took a little second to breathe. I was like, okay, well, I didn't really have enough speed for this feature that I wanted to hit, but I took it as a chance to breathe and get my composure back in me. And yeah, so I wanted to originally air over that, but I kind of just rolled over, took a chill, made sure I had the right landmark for this next feature, because this is the scariest thing I've ever hit in my life. And yeah, thank God I made it in the right spot here. And boom, right here, this is where I was like, I might die. Like, for real, I was not sure what was going to be the outcome here, but luckily I just bounced on the pad, and well, here, I'll show you guys. And boom, boom. That was, I even had a little yell of relief there. That was by far the scariest thing I've ever hit. Probably the biggest double I've ever hit, possibly. Stacking it all together is, the Freeride World Tour actually said that was around 100 feet on some sort of stats that they had, I don't know. But yeah, so like a 50-footer to a 50-footer was pretty nerve-wracking, and luckily I had the hands punch front in that when I landed off that first cliff, really tucked in, and then managed to stay forward off the second one, and that's what allowed me to land centered off that second cliff. Or else usually for doubles, and if you get a little nervous, you just flop back and possibly splat flying onto your back off the next one. So luckily I kept my hands forward, really kept my composure, kept strong, popped, and made it down to the finish where, yeah, I'll let you guys watch. I was quite relieved here. This is probably the most relieved I've ever been after a run. Honestly, just stoked that I survived. Didn't even want to hit that little jump there. Coming up to my homie Finn there, and yeah, he had just laid down a heater, and we were all pumped. Everybody was pumped that day that everybody was okay, and we didn't have the best conditions necessarily, but everybody pushed through that flat light and made it the best they could. And yeah, I'm super thankful for that day. Pretty honored to have won the Beck, and yeah, I think all my skills, all my mindset really had to come together to keep my head on straight while having that strength to project me down that mountain and land that big sketchy ass double. So yeah,
Oh my
maybe I'll
goodness.
show
And
you
how does
guys
he land that
another
stuff,
angle
dude?
while we're here.
Yeah, I need to hit the gym.
The two biggest airs of the day, back to back. That one enormous. Marcus just catching the end and bouncing again off. He was in the air far more than like that. Not work out for riders on the Freeride World Tour in the past, and Marcus just handling it like an absolute ski god.
Yeah, interesting to see what they're going to do here, because Finn's was definitely a little bit on the cleaner side with the little loss of control when he was gathering his pole there.
Martin, you're a psycho,
But I mean, the line score was out of this world, so yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Oh, they loved it! 96 points for Marcus Goguen.
Wow. And
Yeah, so that's about it. I'm gonna kind of do these run review series more often. Kind of hit the comments, let me know what runs you want me to review, and yeah, I'll kind of take you through my mindset, take you through some preparation. This is my first one. Hopefully I can get a little better than this, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. We will we'll keep you updated with some more content. Cheers. Peace.